Hi guys, welcome back. It's Jessica St. John with Urban Leasing, and as always, my co-host
Scott Weaver with Urban Leasing as well.
Hey, we are touching base today as promised. We want to talk a little bit about breaking your lease in Texas. Definitely, if you can, I think the moral of the story, and you'll see as we kind of dive into it. Avoid breaking a lease at all costs. What do you think about that?
That's pretty much the story. Same with it kind of falls through once you sign a contract. Usually, you need to make sure you fulfill it, just like a mortgage, just like any other contract.
Yeah, I think the first step, if for some reason you get a job transfer, your situation changes, and you are going to have to leave your apartment, townhome before your lease is completed, the first thing you want to do is speak with the property manager. Inform them of the situation, give them as much notice as you can, 30 days, 60 days, even 90 days. The more notice you give, the more easier it's going to be for you, or I should say easier, it's going to be for you to work with them to either find somebody to lease your unit or look into some alternative options.
Definitely, because there will be some instances where the property manager is going to try to help you out. They're going to try to bring someone in to replace you or fill your unit and alleviate some of the costs that you'll incur. But that's not always, don't count on that, don't always think that that's the norm. The norm usually is that you will pay back all concessions that were initially made, any specials, free rents, stuff like that, and you're going to pay some sort of penalty to get them a new person in there. So
yeah, so definitely, like we talked about, if you can, avoid breaking a lease at all costs. One thing that we haven't talked about is if you are in the military. And I think you could probably talk a little bit more about that.
There are military clauses, so if you are in the military, make sure you talk to the property manager before you do the lease to make sure that that clause is inserted in the contract, just to cover you so that when, I shouldn't say when, but if the time comes where you do get a deployment order or you are required to move for work for the Army, you can get out of that lease without a big hassle.
Right, and definitely the biggest thing to remember is if you do break your lease, be sure to work with a property manager to pay everything out. Make sure that they've got your account balance zeroed out, because other properties in Houston will not take you if you have a broken lease.
And that's not just in Houston, that can follow you wherever. So it's very key to make sure that your account is clear at the end of your lease. If you do break your lease, even if you don't break the lease and you finish your lease, make sure your account's always clear, because that can prevent you, it will hurt your credit and prevent you from future mortgages if you're buying or leases.
Alright, thanks again, and if you guys have any more questions, feel free to contact me at jessica.stjohn@urbanleasing or 713-367-7448.
Same, any questions, give me a call at 713-775-7010 or shoot me an email at scott.weaver@urbanleasing.com.
Alright, have a good one.